Hello, GamakaShri,
Hello.
and thank you for this
So,
connection, this opportunity. Really, 13 years of friendship still continuing. Thank you very much. I salute to GamakaShri, my best buddy, friend for life. We have been adding value to life since the time we met in 2010 and it's continuing, and for anyone joining now, later, or anyone watching the recorded video, I want you to know that you you are in safe hands. You are loved, you are guided truly in a beautiful path in your life. That is what we have been doing for many lives, if you believe in many lives. And of course, this lifetime. We together have trained more than 100,000 of people, not only in Sri Lanka, but in the Southeast Asian region. And of course, internationally in other countries after COVID, since 2020. So we both are trainers, coaches specializing especially on NLP, Neuro-Linguistic Programming. That is a subject I introduced to Sri Lanka in 2007. At the time when I started training and doing coaching and even NLP-based consultancy for Sri Lankan corporates and even public sector enterprises and NGOs and universities. That time there were NLP-based training, but no one was doing professional, technical, the so-called, let's say, the real NLP training. So it was me who pioneered it. So Mind Designs International is the company I formed, and now GamakaShri is heading it. I'm so glad that there was a successor because I had enough of doing business and I I just quit. But then my intentions perhaps were so powerful and pure, the venture continued. So GamakaShri originally is a software architect, software engineer. So we are actually exact opposite personalities. I kind of repeat this story quite often in our sessions because it's so important people to know about our dynamics and what keeps us going together, and why we are doing what we are doing. It's important, the story of these two people. So of course, he was the first student I initiated for Reiki. Reiki is an energetic healing modality. I have mastered it for a long period of time. And then now GamakaShri is teaching that, performing healing. And we were very fortunate that even during COVID, although we were not able to do the physical classes, we were able to do online, distant modes of training, coaching, healing, even healing in a big way. So whatever we are teaching, it's available online, offline, but since 2020, we went mostly online because knowledge travel beyond time space, love travel beyond time space, friendship travel beyond time space. It's eternal, and certainly energy, right? So that's the background story. So freedom, friendship, and love is the base of our discussion, as in our connection, and our vision from the beginning had been adding value to life. So I'm a person who believe in adding value to life every breath. It's not business. Actually, NLP was not business for me, and then certainly to Gamak also. He gave up his big career and after meeting me and got into this path. So we have so much to give to the world from what we have self-realized. We are very humble about it. That I must state it here. We are very humbly and lovingly offering this wisdom and knowledge and even skill sets if you choose to do some, like let's say, a program with us. We are ready to do that. We can guide. We have guided more than 100,000 of people. I personally have trained even little children to very, very older people in 17th century. So that's little story about our background. And hello, Priyangani. Thank you for joining us, right? As you may already know, I'm overseas. I'm in Sweden. It's the early morning time. And yeah, so 3 power women here today. Right. Yeah. So if everyone's ready, GamakaShri, I actually would love you to have a quick chat. I mean, your intentions. Please share your energy.
Yes.
Our masculine and feminine energy. This this complementing energy has to be shared with all these wonderful people first thing in the morning.
One thing I wanted to talk about or share and discuss with you the idea of past. We are talking about effortless success, and effortless success has a lot to do with the past, because like today morning I was doing the meditation training, and part of the meditation training, eventually, like today is the fourth day, and I talked to them about the advanced meditations. And the second one, some of the participants were like, why are you doing this? What is the intention of this meditation? It's the generous present moment. And I was like, what I had to explain to them was, whatever you think is present, whatever you think is future, is actually a reenactation of your past. Like, unless you had a certain past, you are not going to think of a certain future. And if you haven't made some experiences, you are not thinking of, I want to have that. Whatever it is coming from your past, like education. So what is going on now, or better life for my children, a success in one way or the another, maybe money, maybe love, maybe health. So past act as a puppet master, but it is not only the past, because sometimes we want things, but we can't have them. And it is driven by two extremely scary stuff that is coming from past. One is trauma, the other one is addiction. Right? Addiction in the sense, it could be habits. So not everything in our past is, it's dangerous, but it's these two aspects. And when I thought of it a bit more, what I realized was, when we were young, I don't know whether this is happening to young children these days, but when we were young, we were encouraged to read books, like physical material. Take the physical material and read. It could be a novel, it could be a non-fiction, but we were encouraged to do that. And what happened with that was, over the time, we got the habit of not only reading but also writing, which is like a habit, which is like addiction. And it turned out to be very useful. So not all addictions are monsters. Some addictions are angels. And then the question is, if our past is our puppet master most of the time, and if we want effortless success, shouldn't we be actively building these habits, maybe addictions, and actively generating emotional situations? In a negative sense, we call them trauma, but what about the positive emotional situations that propels us forward? So I would like you to pick something. Like, I know it's a really broad thing that I put on your lap, but I know you can talk about all these things. So I would like you to, maybe share your view on this. How do you see that?
Yeah, wonderful. Thank you, GamakaShri. I mean, you opened up the door as always. We are pole opposites. We have always different ideas and opinions about everything and many things in life. Personalities are different, but when it comes to delivery, we come into one platform so naturally. Some rapport that builds. So yeah, I have the points written down, planned for the day, the discussion, our experience today, right? So I want to today, because we have live joining some powerful women, I want to make it an interactive session. So whatever you spoke about, past and past repeating, we don't even think that it is past repeated, and we want a better life, we want more success. And then you scratch your head and say like, oh, wait a minute. Am I reliving like a similar past again and again? And why am I not happy? I have money, perhaps the money that I need or whatever, good enough. I have marriage, I have children, I have a place to live, I have these conditions. But why am I not happy yet? Why don't I feel fulfilled? Why don't I feel free with all this going really right? Why do I get little stressed out even for a tiny matter? And then you realize it's the unconsciously held, unconsciously held, unconsciously. It's not, you're not conscious about it. Those unconscious programming is playing out and it comes as an expression through you, creating this present moment. So the conditions are good, but you really can't. You know, you have a meal, but you really don't enjoy it. So that's because the body, if at all, it's actually in the past still. But it's a new moment. I know it's a big discussion, but this is also something that I wanted to talk today. Before going into that discussion, because my way of delivery quite often is futuristic. I acknowledge so many things have happened in our life. So many things we like to share with the world, or perhaps we don't want to share with the world. Some stuff we don't even know that we know. Like some of you I know in person. I can comfortably say from your behaviors and responses and your personality, the stuff that happened to you maybe before birth, right? Of course, you don't even know. The time of conception, you don't even know how it happened, but your consciousness was there in the field. They are affected. They are coming into play in a very subtle way. But but a new future is waiting for you, right? So my way of taking people from where they are to where they want to be is a little different. Of course, if it is therapeutic, I do talk about the past incidences and all the stories, painful stories, trauma, drama. But if it is about creating effortless success, like consciously creating what you desire, moving from where we are to where we want to be, we need a different approach. So let's get to that approach now. So sit back wherever you are seated, it doesn't really matter, just sit back. And of course, your videos can be off, no problem. So you can feel comfortable to sit wherever you are seated. And I want you to take 3 long, deep breaths. This time you take your hands, palm facing yourself towards you. So you breathe. As you breathe, you bring your hands up like this. And you turn it up. Okay? And hold the breath. And breathe out as you bring your palms down. So I demonstrated it. You can do now slowly. Breathing in. At the eye level, it turns up. Of course, you can stretch if you want, right? No problem. Stretch. Turn the palms away, the way down back. Welcome, Shafiq. Breathing in. Out. Let's do one more time. Let's get a hang of it. Let's become natural with it. Now hold the breath and stay there for a while. Hold your breath and stay up as much as you feel comfortable. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gently release. Wonderful. You take your palms now and tap like this. The moment you start tapping, did you notice that I automatically felt like breathing deeply? Yeah, it should ideally happen when you start breathing. You can't help but you breathe deeply, right? That's right. Keep doing it. Actually, ideally, turn it like this. Relax. You're tapping in here, right, with your thumb. Wonderful. Please notice that automatically you feel like breathing deeply when you do this. Now, this finger inside, other 4 fingers. Yeah, some pressure. So, but turn this way and yeah, relax and do it. Little energy activation exercise before we go into our discussion so that you can understand things easily and remember things easily. Of course, practice thereafter. Yeah. You can do it fast if you like. Yeah. And the fingertips touching. That's right. Fingertips. And again, relax. All the fingertips touching. Wonderful. Now, full fist, like full fist, just a fist. Relax. Wonderful. Now, very good. Now, back of the palms hitting each other. It might hurt a bit, and that's good. If it hurts a bit, it's good. So in case if you wonder what we're doing, I'm also a Qigong trainer, okay? NLP trainer, coach, hypnotherapist, right? NLP master practitioner and Reiki master practitioner, Reiki teacher actually, and Qigong. So this is seated Qigong to activate energy, all right? Okay. So if you're feeling different, I mean, some difference, some maybe the energy shifted, you suddenly woke up, especially anyone signing up from Sweden, it's first thing in the morning. If you feel different, just put the smiley button maybe in the expressions. You can Hit the smiley button. If there's a smile on your face, of course you can. Yeah, there you go. That's good. Yeah, you got it. Ta-da. Priyangani. Yes, you got it. Something happened. Oh, GamakaShri, thank you. Alexia, thank you. Shafiq just joined in. I hope you are picking up. All right, great. Wonderful. Thank you. It works. Now, if you read the description, you know this session is about quantum NLP, right? I hope you read that part, quantum NLP. So before we go to the big word quantum, what is NLP? What is Neuro-Linguistic Programming? So that is the subject I told you I learned 15 plus years ago, made a very powerful, positive impact in my country, Sri Lanka, with that. And there are now so many NLP trainers and coaches. It's almost like a new industry, and enhance the personal development and healing, and basically coaching and counseling industry was expanded with this subject knowledge, because NLP really works. Yeah, NLP really works. So even people who have got qualified in professional psychology come to learn NLP, because NLP is really practical, very easy. So what is neuro-linguistic programming, first of all? I'm not going to give you a definition, because this is not about NLP, but how to use NLP concepts to create effortless success. I mean, to be happy at the beginning, in the middle, and after. Because usually people are not very happy in the process of going towards success. People are stressed out, people are angry, frustrated, hurt. Of course, it's part of life, we don't deny that. But you can be very happy and stable and balanced and joyful on the way to success. And then be very happy at the end of accomplishment too. But many are waiting to be happy after receiving the success. All I can tell you that it's not going to happen that way. It will be just like what our previous many generations lived. It's just stress-based life. And finally, icing on the cake, then there's no one to eat the icing nor the cake. The icing melt away, cake is there. Even if you try to eat, it doesn't taste. I think you know what you kind of know what I'm talking about, right? I have lived that life. Great success, money, prestige, accomplishments, recognitions, all that stuff, educational qualifications. But after going to the end of the journey, it's like, what happened? There's a whole explanation, like biopsychological explanation about this, which is a complete different discussion. And if you're interested in learning a bit about that, I suggest you listen to, there's a professor in America. What's his name, GamakaShri? We follow him. You can share in the link. Yeah, he talks about big time about creating, I mean, the biopsychological aspect of success. Are people who we think who are successful, are they really successful? Or even after achieving success, what people collapse. Anyhow, getting to the discussion of NLP, Neuro-Linguistic Programming, NLP, Neuro-Linguistic Programming, essentially is a subject that talks about using language, any language that you are using to speak and think, in order to create an impact into your neurology, and then and through that create some behavioral change. Behavioral changes geared towards your outcome, desired outcome. So often we try to forcefully change our behaviors to achieve what we want to achieve, but it's not easy. Have you noticed that? Especially for the very thing you really desire. I want you to think a minute. Really, I'm going to give you a minute. that thing that you really desire, you truly want, maybe money, maybe love, maybe health, maybe a new purpose, a new direction in educational system, maybe a physical manifestation of something. That's something you really desire. It seems like it's hard, right? The very thing you really need seems like hard suddenly. Yeah. Yeah. And that is why, that is why we need it so much, because it feels hard, feels hard. Let's say money. Let's say for years of generations, generationally, money was a problem that we discussed big time in the household background. Not only mother, father, but in the neighborhood, in the Andrew Huberman. Thank you, GamakaShri. Andrew Huberman. You can look up to that. Look up the podcast of this professor is really good. So if money was a constant household thing in the country, in the society you live in the day-to-day relationship discussions, on the dinner table, lunch table, morning coffee time, the kind of friends you associate, if that was a discussion as a problem, we are going to have the same problem. It's simple as that. Because the thoughts everyone's thinking about money, the words that everyone thinks about money is programming our system so automatically. Let's say I was a tiny girl, I really needed a little gift. I really needed something so badly. It was just a small thing, but I was too afraid to speak up loudly and ask for it because I was afraid if my parents could afford it. I mean, even though I was a little child, I knew, because you can hear this background, this thing called money is very limited and you have to be very careful. In the same world, there are people who effortlessly earn money. They think they have. Effortlessly spend money. How come? If it is so limited. The people so NLP was built in, created or invented or developed in 1970s, of course, in America by two professors, one specializing in computer science and psychology, the other one, linguistics. Two men got together, helped each other, and came up with this interesting idea because they asked a very powerful question. What makes successful people successful in any area of life? What makes successful people successful in any area, one given area? And they, in their years of research work, interviewing thousands of so-called successful people, they figured out that successful people are successful because they think successful. They think and speak successfully about that very subject that they are successful. They don't have negative thoughts going on. Even if something negative happens, let's say I have known a billionaire, international. I mean, not from Sri Lanka. Of course, we have billionaires in Sri Lanka too. Very, very wealthy people. But this man goes bankrupt, I mean, overnight. I mean, maybe, yeah. And this person is very cool and enjoying the best cup of tea or coffee. And we are so curious. We are so curious. Like, really? How did it? Then, like, what do you mean? Why are you also looking so confused and worried? The person says, like, I have made money before. It's a matter of making it again. So it was pretty obvious for that person he was successful in money because he was not afraid of money. People who are afraid of love quite often lose love. Often. That was kind of my story for a long time. Because I have a so-called traumatic childhood. And that's there in the background. So no matter what the best of best lovers come, I don't seem to be enjoying it as much as I should be. Because that little child, the traumatic child, is like still not healed, fully healed. But that is directing, guiding me towards a new desired direction where I become a transitional character in my family life. Because I'm going to definitely create something completely different to what my mother created. That was my decision. And in fact, that is what I'm living right now. That's why I can talk about it openly like this. So NLP is simply using your language that you think and speak. Of course, the body, using the body also you communicate. For an example, let's say you share an idea, I go like this and say like, yeah, I like it. Oh yeah, I'll help you. It's a good idea. So you don't need to know any NLP or psychology. You know that you should not rely on me. Then if I say, yeah, like this. Because my body is saying almost a no, and I'm trying to tell you yes. That's an incongruence. This word congruence and incongruence is a big word in NLP. As coaches, me and GamakaShri, all what we are doing during a 45 minutes to 1 hour coaching session is just checking for congruence in our client. I mean, that's all what we're doing, if at all. And if someone is congruent, they say something, their body is saying it, it's inevitable that they will succeed in whatever they are wanting to achieve. So that's the basics of NLP. Now we are going to practice it, shall we? Yeah, I wanted to practice them as well. Again, no need to put on the cameras. This can be done easily. Wherever you are seated, I know all of you are seated somewhere. For sure you are not standing and not in a vehicle or bus. I know that. I hope it is the case. If you're driving or standing in a vehicle, please don't try to do this. You can't, but you can follow the idea. So, wherever you're seated, very simple instruction I'm going to give you now. And please execute the instruction. Yeah, very simple. So, dear ones, my friends, so keep your right hand comfortably wherever you're sitting, on the bed or on the table. Okay. Now raise your hand. Raise your right hand. Okay. Put it down. Now, second instruction. Try to raise your hand. My hand is not coming. I don't know. I can't help. So Priyangani, tell us. First instruction, raising the hand. Which one was easy? Trying to raise the hand or raising the hand? Which one was easier? That's good. Priyangani is answering. Thanks, Priyangani.
Raising the hand is easy than the raising the hand by the mind.
Yeah, so when I said try to raise the hand, it was not even coming up, or you tried hard, it didn't come? For me, it didn't come, I mean, at all.
No.
Yeah, thanks. Good, very good. Okay. Alexia, which one was easy for you? Raise the hand or trying to raise the hand?
Raise the hand easier. Maybe when you say try to raise the hand, it got into mind that maybe we can't. That's why.
Exactly. You got the point too. The difference between the first instruction and the second instruction is only 3 letters. Try. So, when I told you, right? Now I'm just a random, I mean, of course, a person who you are meeting by Zoom. I just used the word three-letter word. Try. And your hand found it hard to come up, or you found it hard to stand up. So what's the point? Words. It was just a 3-letter word. You hypnotized yourself. You programmed yourself for not being able to do this. Right? Like it didn't come. Now ask yourself, that's NLP. That's Neuro-Linguistic Programming explained in the most simple way. If you keep saying some words often in your head, just with others often, same thing over and over again. I'm not good enough. I can't do this. I don't think I'm good enough. I'm not capable. That's going to be your experience. Because words program your neurology and the rest of the body, and you cannot act from that place. If you want to be successful and happy and effortlessly successful, your language has to be aligned with it. It's an art. It's a science too. Of course, you have to first start associating someone living life like that. Someone who's thinking about what they want and getting it next day. Someone who's talking about what they desire, getting it next week. Someone who's talking about, I really want to be able to do this, and doing it that evening, like doing it no matter what. Right? Like no matter what, they just go and do it. When many years ago, when I started my business, I had no money, my relationship breaking down, I was a sick person, I was depressed. I built up pretty much an empire, like my own empire. And it made impact on millions of people, directly and indirectly. I had nothing. I started from like zero. I want to talk about, actually, today I got the inspiration just before this seminar to talk about the people who helped me in this journey. 90% of them were men. 99% of them were men. And without any expectations, how they helped me. I had nothing. I was broken, literally broken person. I started a business. And then the money multiplied. Success and happiness, friendship multiplied. So this first point today I want to share with you is like, if you want effortless success, you got to start associating at least one person or few people. You got to get closer to those people, because if let's say someone's very rich and wealthy and very happy, and you sometimes people don't like to associate them. Sometimes they are jealous or even afraid to associate, think that they would refuse. In fact, those people are nicer. You have fears around those people. You have negative thoughts about yourself, like I'm not good enough, maybe they won't, like all the negative thoughts. So you don't break the walls and reach out. But they're also waiting to share. All I know about happy, successful people is that they are waiting to share whatever they have. Whatever they have. It's not about money only. The big thing is that. So when you associate such people, you become like one, because you learn, as GamakaShri said, from childhood, we are trained to read books. You know, what kind of books you have been reading. So people are like books. What kind of stories you often listen to. So expand your circle of connections, even the social media, what kind of videos you watch, what kind of content you digest. I mean, not like this to your brain, but you digest. Because what you put in as language, vocabulary, becomes your expression, right? This is why one time in my life, I was by myself. I had so many people, like everyone, not that something's wrong, but I chose, because I didn't want to take in the negativities everyone's carrying. I wanted to be selfish in a good way, because I have to step up from the mud. So I secluded myself. When I'm done, I came to take others from the mud, because I really loved them. I didn't desert them. So this is why I'm here in Sweden as well. So I want you to now think of creating effortless success. Let's play this game today in a different way. I want you to engage with me the best that you can. Think about when I give this instruction also, please go with the first thing that comes to your mind, okay? Do not overanalyze, like try to, no, maybe this one I'll pick. No. First thing that comes to your mind, please pick it up. Pick up one area in your life, like one area, like it could be money, education, love and relationship, intimacy, all that. Health and well-being, physical, mental, emotional well-being, career, like career, business, finance, what gives you money or livelihood. The next one is, let's say, personal development, spiritual growth, like your own way of connecting to the bigger source of energy in the world, like spirituality or personal development growth, any area of life. What is the one area that in your life you feel constant struggle? You feel this struggle, fear, stress. Think about it. Moment I told you, pick up the first thing that comes to your mind. Yeah. Think about it. Are you noticing that the moment you think about that, the area of your life that you constantly have the stress and worry and struggle, and of course, perhaps even in the past, it was the case. Did you notice that the thoughts you have about that subject are mostly dysfunctional and negative, and the feelings are stressful and it tightens your body, it takes your smile away, it shrinks you rather than expand you? Did you notice that? If you are a fast thinker, maybe many memories now coming to you, okay, about that particular thing, like childhood memories, some triggers, very recent trigger perhaps. Shake it off. Do this with me. Draw the infinity sign. What I'm doing is I'm drawing the infinity sign here with my right hand. Yeah, please draw the infinity sign. You can use the other hand also, right and left hand both, infinity sign. Change the direction and draw the infinity sign. So one hand in one direction, other hand in another direction. Try to draw the draw the infinity sign. Yeah, whatever the way. Good. Enough. Thank you. Now, think of that area of your life, whatever that area, you feel really good, happy, you feel already successful, and I mean really good, you're good. The area of your life you perform very well. It could be relationships, it could be education, it could be health, like top of the mind. That area of your life, it's like, you can talk stories, you can do teaching to others about it. I mean, you're good. One area or one aspect of your life, think about it. Please think about it. Maybe you're really a great friend. I mean, people can learn about friendship from you. You can do discourses about friendship. Maybe education. Maybe a sport, some kind of sport. Maybe connection to a greater source, like spirituality. Anything. Think about it. Really think about it. I'm doing the same. Think about it more. Something that's so naturally, easily coming to you, you're good at that kind. It just, you're so good. I'm good. I'm at ease about that aspect or area of my life. If someone talk to me about it, I can share. Good. As you think about that area of your life, now you notice what? All the thoughts are positive, 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 good thoughts, good memories keep like a tap open. Lots of memories, nice memories. And you feel good. Energy is expanding. NLP. So for some reason, because of a previous experience, from childhood, what you saw, what you heard, and others gave you this constant feedback that you're good, you're good, you're good, this is good. Or you gave yourself this permission to feel good. And that area of life, for some random reason, known to you or not known to you, constantly was positive. And you had no doubt about it. You never even considered that ever as a problem. And that makes you feel good. Therefore, you behave differently. Therefore, you had greater experience in life. So that part of the neurology, suddenly when you access those programming in your programs in your computer, in your database, light bulbs and beautiful memories, happy and see the energy. Yeah. That's NLP. So now you know what to do with what you truly desire and you think that you don't have yet. With that said, why the word quantum NLP? Why do I call this series that we started on my birthday last month? The recording is there, you can access it, it's still. So this is almost like a progressive development series. Why quantum? It's because whatever I deliver through this conversation is definitely more than the traditional technical, theoretical, neuro-linguistic programming. It's more holistic, and the energy that I bring in through these sessions enables you, empower you, and enlighten you automatically. Like it just happens. It's more than a belief, it just happens. So I know it, of course, it is yet for you to experience. You can experience it yourself. So it's beyond the traditional, conventional NLP. So that discussion, what is quantum NLP? Maybe when I finish my book, you can read it. But for the moment, all you can say is that this is it. Today, we are living in a world, the new earth. We are in a new energy earth. Energetically, we have evolved as humanity. Technology definitely is part of the big change. Human consciousness is evolving. Technology is enabling, but it's human. Our feelings, our emotions, our thoughts, enabling all this platform. Today, we can transmit this powerful, positive, enabling, empowering, enlightening, healing thoughts. And it can happen on the other side simultaneously. The time-space barrier is like really reduced now. It's like, if you're so ready, it's like you can be rich now kind of thing. It has happened in my life. I started associating some really, really wealthy women who are money coaches. I just associated them through the internet. And I started becoming like one of them. It happens real time. This is what I'm saying. It happened many years ago, also real time. But the difference is many years ago, people had to meet the coach or the teacher or the guru. Like they had to like physically do a lot of work to meet that person. So that's a brief explanation about why I call this NLP, because this change is real. Okay. Of course, you have to let your guards down. If you have guards on, you have to ask yourself, why am I holding these guards? Why am I afraid for the new? That's childhood, that's trauma. And if you need help, there's enough help in the world. So the second technique I want to teach you today, and I recommend you do that, is to have a little journal. But this has to be a practice for more than 21 days. That I have to say this to you, if you have never done this, it has to be a practice for 21 days until it gets into your muscles. It becomes your normal way of being, like you become that personality. Until you become that person naturally, like it's unconsciously, now you are that person. You have leveled up, you have evolved, right? Until you come to that place, you have to have the habit of separate little journal daily, not at night. My recommendation to do first thing in the morning. So you have to adjust your lifestyle and your way of living around this to write down any number of things that you feel grateful in your life, all the good things, including having internet, place to live, a person to talk to, your feet on the ground, you can walk. I mean, from big things to greater so-called big stuff. There's no big stuff like that. For me, in my opinion, greatest thing a human being is having in a given moment is their life. I am a person who have experienced death and have bounced back. So all I know is that it's not bad the other side as well. Actually, it's so it's good across the board. If you can think, train your brain to think. That's how you create a good life on you. You just think, keep thinking. If it is hard, for some people, this thinking is hard because it's not natural. Those wirings are not there. Those bridges are not there. The switches are not there. So we ask them to write down, like, put effort, write down. Ugly handwriting, good handwriting, it's okay, but write down. Or type it. But my recommendation, I'm old school maybe, it's okay. Physically write down. Take a pen and paper, write down. Next idea. This is an idea. Those are techniques, tools, associating the people, at least one person, set an intention. I want to associate a naturally successful person in that area of life. You just have to set the intention. You will get the opportunity. Once you get the opportunity, take it. That's what I have been doing throughout my life. I said, you set the intention. This is NLP. You set the intention. Let's say you want to associate a billionaire. Set the intention. You want a friend, like a real friend, a billionaire. So you set the intention. You just let go, live your life. Opportunity comes, take it. But many people don't take the opportunity. Do you know that? People keep asking, maybe praying. Right in front. They have the opportunity right in front of their eyes. Like yesterday, it so happened to me. One of my biggest dreams is almost like halfway manifested in like no time. Because I just followed my heart. And I wanted to go to a particular shop, get a particular color of a jacket at any amount. I was willing to pay any amount. I mean, I was willing to part from money, which people are afraid of parting from money because that's what they were trained from childhood. Fortunately, I have broken significant amount of that fear. It's like I just want it. I was like a little child. I just want that red color thing. And poof, not only I got like a huge discount from the owner of the shop, and the new door opened. And the door that I was waiting to get in. And I was logically thinking of, I should do this, I should get in shape, I should do these things. Maybe, how can I do this? Maybe I'm not so beautiful enough, I'm not capable enough. I really was thinking like that. I let go of all that stuff because I had a practice like this. And morning meditation and exercise, of course, a whole list of stuff. And the opportunity lands because I just followed my heart. Okay, third point is that we have to work for achieving things. Stress-based achieving, that is what we have learned from our parents and previous generations, or majority of the population living life this. It's a game. I work hard. Life is hard. That's what we have learned. Life is hard. And in Sri Lanka, in a typical Buddhist country, mostly. It's like everything is dukkha means, everything is impermanent. We are going to die. It's sadness. It's mostly sadness. You see everything you have, it's gone, it's there. They are impermanent. The word is dukkha. Dukkha means it's fundamentally sad, It's a misunderstood Buddhist philosophy. I want to say, we have been saying that there. It's a misunderstanding. Of course, everything is impermanent. And that is the very reason you can have more of everything you desire, right? You don't have to desire, but you can have it and let go. Because letting go is a natural part of life. You can't have it all, no. You have to let go. It's automatic thing. So in the world, we often see this, right? When the exam comes closer, everyone wants I have to study, I have to study, I have to study. So much of stress, only very few students really perform well. So, they're just studying. They're not inspired to study. Because everyone's studying, there's this pressure, collective pressure comes. It's like, oh, maybe I'm behind. No, you just need to understand the subject matter in a way that it's really feels good. You will know what to do. Again, that is my strategy of passing so many exams. This is why I've trained so many students for academic success. Because we are naturally hardwired, like because of the collective conditioning to work hard, you have to do hard. No, humanity has evolved from that paradigm. Many are in the new earth now. Yeah, many are in the new earth. There's some programming, what Gamaka mentioned, the puppet masters, this ghost, the unconscious programming working in the background. And when you have those stuff, you get attracted to such people also in your life, and then the pain is more. Then you look around and say, see, that person is having the problem, that person is having the problem, that person is also having the problem. Like I look at many years ago when I did my first degree, I did a 4 years degree program in accountancy and financial management. And yeah, of course, almost all our friends are graduates from our department. They are employed, or not now, even at the time they were leaving the university. I was employed much before. People wanted to give me jobs much before. The difference is that when I go to the library, I read philosophy, but my friends read economics. But I also got a first class. Now you know what I'm talking about. I hide my philosophy books under the books and I go and read the philosophy. And I was making 10 times more money than my friends who were on the logical path to career or professional development. Yeah, so that's a different discussion maybe for another day. All I wanted to say as the third point is that you got to, if you want effortless success, you got to have this and imagination-based life. Then logical, analytical, calculative based life. You have to know heart. The heart's power is so powerful, so discounted generally in the culture. So working hard, we also work hard. I have worked 24/7 hard in my life. 24/7. GamakaShri is this testament, living testament. I can go sleepless and still have 10 times energy. because I broke down too. Now, that is where I learned. Anyhow, it's possible. If you're deeply passionate about something, if you follow your heart, that's how you create a lot of positive memories, a lot of self. More natural confidence you have about one or two life, and you train yourself to do that, because the old paradigm, old ways of thinking pulls you towards this stress-based living. I have to work hard to achieve things living. It pulls you. It has a magnetic pull. Thoughts are magnetism. Thoughts and emotions is like magnet, right? It pulls you. So you got to train. That is why this is why I told you to associate someone that you consider as effortlessly successful in one or two areas of their life. Associate them more and more and love them more. Shower them with love and jay them. Alicia's terminology, right? And also make a list every day for 21 days until it gets into your muscle. Like all good things in your life. You can repeat the same, no problem. Likely you have light in your room, electricity. Write it every day, no problem, if you don't have any other. And the very first exercise that we did, right? Of course, you can later look at this recording again and digest this content. I invite you to do that. You can do that anytime if you feel so low, really low, right? Like no positivity can come into your world. You so badly need something, you don't have it, victim mode. If you are in that victim mode, you can exercise that I shared with you in the morning. So with that, I would like to wrap up. GamakaShri, you are more than welcome to share any thoughts, lots, concluding ideas. You present things very differently, and I love that. So feel free to do that. And I would love our participants also to share any thoughts with the video or on or not. You can share thoughts, but after share his thoughts.
Oh, I would agree on almost all of them. Like one of the things that I noticed when I was young, I think I have read this a lot, is about money. And I was very fortunate to read this thing about money when I was very young. So I think this is when I was 15, 16, I read this. And that is, in a given organization, two people might do the same job, might have very different salaries. The money you earn has nothing to do with the service you provide. Money you earn has everything to do with how much money you think you deserve. And like, since I was young and I was not working, like we don't work very young in our country. So it didn't really stick to me. And when I actually start earning adult money, I think I was 27, maybe 20, 25, 27. And it was true for me. I immediately start noticing that happening. And that is happening to the date. And that is happening with unless I stand in between receiving something, like I do something, I do some thinking, it usually comes. I need to actively do stuff for things to not come. Like it could be relationships, it could be education, it could be guidance. I need to do stuff. I need to learn something wrong for things to not come. Otherwise, like it just comes. Like if I think about it, and like what you ask in the like when you were before we start the session, you asked, okay, how did how did this training program my other meditation training program came to be. Like it just came true. It appeared out of nowhere, and I so far I have written substantial amount of content that I want to cover in that training. It just keep coming, and the way I want to present and way I want to talk about it, and how that model is going to work out. I just had to just step out of my way. That's all. So, and like things like generous present moment meditation, it helps a lot. And the meditation that I want to talk about in the evening, that helps a lot. And core of all this is NLP.
Yeah.
I keep telling everybody that, whether they join with me for luminous meditations or secular enlightenment or life coaching, maybe a corporate training program, or even Vipassana, core of all that is NLP, understanding that mind comes first and affects everything. And the moment we have control over mind, moment we know how to communicate with us, with myself, like in my case, in myself first, in a way to convince my mind, this is possible, it's done. Like it doesn't stay impossible, like it just shift to done.
It's like basically time to start parenting yourself. You have to be your parent now. Your parents cannot run your life anymore. They are with you or not. They are in your body, in your brain, I'm telling you. When you're so worried of spending that money, you remember your mother, that is her. So ask her to step away. Thank you, Mom. Thank you for guiding me here. I am my parent now. I'm nurturing my inner child. I give my child what she deserves, what he deserves. Be the father, mother to you. So it is a continuous evolution. Having said that, and thank you for such wonderful example and insights, Gamaka. I invite anyone in the group, maybe one person can share your thoughts quickly, and then we can have a wonderful rest of the day. Feel free to share your thoughts. We will be very happy if you share some thoughts today. Yes, Natsuko.
I guess this was meant for me to come to this lecture because I do have to train myself and train my thoughts. It's been lately on top of every topic every day. So I think I agree with everything you guys said, that everything that we have materialistic in our life, or what happened to us in the past, or what's coming to happen to us in the future, comes from the energy that we produce with our thoughts. So I do want to train. I have a tendency to, as soon as something doesn't go my way, I go to resource to punish myself, or get angry with myself in order to push myself, in order to finish something or to get something in my life. And I know that's just eating myself out already, something that's empty. So I'm learning now. I'm on the process of learning to of self-compassion and compassion to others, give the same compassion to, and just doubt everything in order for what I used to believe. I try to not second guess, but I give another thought that is different from what I used to believe all my life, what we've been taught through my family, my surrounding. So sometimes this energy sometimes comes in a very unexpected way. with people, with events, with just absolutely like unexpected way. So I think this was very useful, and I would like to actually continue. I was very worried that I will not wake up today for this meeting because it's unusual for me to wake up at 7.
Yes, and Jayamini was on mute, and thank you for sharing that, Nazgul.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
Thank you so much, Nazgul. And before we wrap up, I want you of that exercise we did, the infinity sign. So this is one powerful technique, has given birth to a baby. Long story short, many years ago, I did a coaching program. One woman came, living out of fear all the time. She was so skinny. She's not eating food properly. She lives on fear. She was married. She had, with some miracle, had the first baby, but the family so wanted to have the second baby, but she was struggling to break free from fear of being sick and many other fears, like constant fear. She found it difficult to even close her eyes. So I didn't know, I didn't know how to get through to her, even to do hypnosis or other coaching work, but she has to relax. So this was the technique. This drawing infinity sign is the technique that I used, that was more than 12 years ago, of course, to help her slow down the negative thoughts. When you do this, also say in your head, cancel and erase. Let's say you have a constant stream of negative thoughts coming. You cancel and erase, cancel and erase, cancel and erase. This command, cancel and erase that thought process, and replace it with the next best, next best. After a while, it automatically slows down, and then you have a more empowering positive thought. So try the technique also. We want to thank all of you for joining us today. And anyone watching this later on, we wish you also all goodness in life, all goodness. You have all goodness in your life. You be happy, healthy, wealthy, and develop your inner capacity to create what you truly desire. Never give up. Keep moving. Keep moving. That is what I learned after coming to sleep. Big time. Keep moving, even physically. Keep moving. Right? Okay. So we will continue this seminar series once a month. Stay tuned. It will happen often on a Sunday. And this evening, of course, it's afternoon, Sweden time 4:30, Sri Lanka time 1 p.m. So 4:30 p.m. Sweden time and 1 p.m. Sri Lanka time. There is another meditation.
It's reverse. 4:30 p.m. Sri Lanka time.
4:30 p.m. Sri Lanka time. I'm sorry, 1 p.m. Sweden time. Yes, that's right. GamakaShri is having a new meditation program. If anyone is keen, you can practice some meditation with him. Much love to all. JayaShri.
JayaShri, JayaShri, JayaShri.